Good evening, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. Southridge track and field standout Brooklyn Treader will run at Division I Gardner-Webb University in North Carolina. Treader on why she chose the Bulldogs.
They reached out to my mom, actually. They thought that it was me, and then I texted them. I actually kind of put them on the back burner because I was looking at several other schools in the OVC, and I went down and visited it. After talking with the coach, I fell in love with the coach, and then the campus was just beautiful, and the town was everything I wanted and more. So I just fell in love with it.
Right. Tell me about the campus and the town. What did you like about it?
The college is basically the whole town, but then about 15 minutes away, there's a town that I would say is about the size of Evansville. But it was just a beautiful campus, and it was small enough to where I could make it small, but there's neighboring colleges around it, so I could make it as big as I want to. But it was a beautiful campus, beautiful facilities, beautiful track. I just fell in love with it.
What kind of track and field program do they have there at Gardner-Webb down through the years?
Well, they've been they're more field events based. They have really good pole vaulters and stuff because the coach that is the recruiter is actually the pole vault and hurdle coach. But yeah, he's looking to further their distance program, so hopefully I'll help them out with that.
You're going to do cross country as well, I guess?
Yes.
Well, that's really great combination there, obviously being in distance. You know, Brooklyn, when kids start out playing sports, you know, they do the softball or the basketball, but you do running at a high level. You've had a great career at Southridge. What got you into running?
My sister did, actually. She ran cross country in middle school, and I was a pageant girl growing up, so I never thought that I would be a runner, but I saw her doing it and her teammates, and I just fell in love with it the first race that I did. So,
when you're talking about running distances in track and cross country, what's the toughest part about that in a certain race? What is the most demanding thing about that?
Mentally, you have to be very, very tough to get through it, especially through injuries. You have to push yourself to get past it and finish the race.
Visiting with Brooklyn Treader, a Southridge now grad, heading to the Big South to run track and cross country at Gardner-Webb. Brooklyn, what's a average daily training routine for you as a distance runner?
Lots of mileage. I warm up and do about a mile warm up, and then most of the time a hard run. But for the 800 specifically, I would do a lot of repeats, 600s and 200s, stuff like that, and then mileage cool down to still get my mileage in.
And, you know, cross country and the, the mile or maybe the 2 mile, it's called a distance race. But you mentioned the 800. That's got to be one of the toughest races in all of track and field. It's distance, but it's also a sprint, I would think, at such a high level. That's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's basically a sprint nowadays. It used to be considered a distance run, but now you basically have to sprint the whole thing.
In talking to Coach O'Brien, he was looking forward to the track and field season at Southridge, and you guys were getting ready to start, or if not started already. How disappointing was that to have the shutdown of your season? I know it had to be tough, especially on your senior girls.
Yeah, it was definitely really tough, and we had a lot of big goals for this year, both individually and as a team, so that was really disappointing. But they have good girls coming up, and hopefully I'll be there in the future. My sister, she's going to run track, hopefully.
Well, that's awesome. That's cool. Visiting with Brooklyn Treader of Southridge. She's going to run track and cross country down at Gardner-Webb in North Carolina, at a Division I school. Brooklyn, obviously being a part of the Southridge culture in athletics, what did it mean for you to be a Raider and take part in that athletic program in that school at Southridge?
It was awesome. Everybody always cheered you on, and my teammates were some of my best friends, and the coaching staff there is amazing, and Coach B, his strength program, I fell in love with strength because of that, so I will continue to be a lifter as well.
In college basketball, Evansville Wrights junior, now senior to be, Christian Lander will reclassify. What that means is he can go to Indiana University. He signed his national letter of intent today. He skips his final year of high school at Wrights to become a Hoosier. The University of Wisconsin-Green Bay has parted ways with head coach Link Darner after 5 seasons. The former Boilermaker Darner took over in 2015 after Brian Wardle left for Bradley and immediately led Green Bay to the NCAA tournament, the program's first appearance since 1996. He won at least 10 conference games in 4 of his 5 seasons with the Fighting Phoenix, with a 13-20 campaign in 2018, the lone down season. This past season, Green Bay finished 3rd in the Horizon League before being knocked out in the semifinals of the conference tournament. Darner received an automatic 1-year contract extension this spring that was expected to keep him at Green Bay until 2026. Prior to taking over at Green Bay, Darner spent 9 seasons as the head coach at Division II Florida Southern, winning the national championship in 2015 after he left Purdue as a player. He was also a head coach at St. Joseph's College in Rensselaer. Kevin Harvick was the winner as NASCAR resumed its Cup schedule following a 10-week layoff. Harvick took the lead from Alex Bowman on a late restart and pulled away over the final 30 laps at Darlington Raceway. Bowman finished second. It was the first Cup race in 71 days since the schedule was halted due to the coronavirus pandemic. The event was run without fans and with an emphasis on masks and social distancing. Roughly 900 people were approved to be inside the gates, all considered essential. NASCAR chose Darlington, the oldest speedway on the Cup circuit, as the safest place to restart the season after 8 events were postponed. Sunday marked the first of 20 races across 7 southern states between now and June 21st. In fact, they will race again on Wednesday in Darlington. Stay tuned. We'll have more WJTS 18 news right after this.